Hello there, and we still have to talk about the Russians again. Former British Prime Minister Liz Truss' phone is said to have been tapped for a long time. Apparently, that was also known when she took up the top job. So, former British Prime Minister Liz Truss' personal phone was hacked during her tenure as Foreign Ministry Secretary, according to a newspaper report. The suspicion is directed against Russian spies, as reported by the Daily Mail. Among other things, the hackers obtained highly confidential information about Turks' talks with international allies of Great Britain. Presumably, they would also have gained knowledge of talks about Ukraine and arms deliveries there. A government spokesman declined to comment on the report, though. But a source told the Daily Mail that the phone was so badly compromised that it is now being kept in a locked safe at a government secure location. The cyber attack is said to have been discovered during the Tory leadership campaign in the summer. At the time, Truss was British Foreign Secretary. The then British Prime Minister Boris Johnson knew about it, the newspaper said, but did not make it public. Specifically, Truss is said to have been bugged during her tenure as Foreign Secretary, as I said, and she took over this position in 2021. The leaked information is said to include conversations with her confidant Kwasi Kwarteng, who was Chancellor of the Exchequer when she was Prime Minister. And according to the report, the fact that her mobile phone was hacked was discovered when the question of the successor to Prime Minister Boris Johnson was discussed. It is said that Johnson, together with Cabinet Secretary Simon Case, decided not to disclose the incident once it became known. This should keep Truss' chances in the race for the leadership intact. So they keep that secret for her to win. A government spokesman declined to comment on the incident at all. The cell phone, as I said, is now locked away, but the report is quite worrying still. There is speculation as to whether the allegedly wiretapped conversations were also about criticism of Johnson. And according to the sources, a year's text message appeared to have been downloaded. Truss succeeded Johnson as Prime Minister in early September. However, she resigned after just 44 or 45 days. It's a matter of view at the moment. And meanwhile, Rishi Sunak leads the government. Sunak presented himself as a candidate who can unite the party. Most recently, Trade Minister Kemi Badenoch and ex-Home Secretary Suella Braverman, two leading politicians from the right fringe of the party, had backed him. And that says a lot. Well, she's now Home Secretary again. He benefits from the fact that in the party's internal election campaign for party leadership against Truss in the summer, he warned of precisely the financial chaos that the last short-term prime minister caused with her economic policy during her short term in office. However, experts point out that Sunak is far from having the entire party and group behind him. Many members still accuse him of triggering the downfall of popular Johnson by resigning as Chancellor of the Exchequer. In addition, critics point to the wealth of what is probably the richest British MP. The former investment banker is married to the Infosys founder's daughter, who owns hundreds of millions pound and in stakes in the Indian IT giant. And I will see you in my next video. I'll be back.